Good evening, everybody. There was a little bit of a problem getting started, so I am going to take a minute here and make sure the bit rate's where it needs to be. Um, I got a chance. I've got a really, really busy evening tonight, but I was able to at least get home at a decent hour, so I will try and make sure that it's a nice full stream of XCOM. Um, but I'm not. I'm really not looking forward to all the stuff that I need to do in the next little bit. And I'm not 100% sure. Okay, the stream's live, or rather the bit rates where it needs to be. Before I open up the game, just because I know the audio is going to be quite loud at the start, um, I am considering giving myself a week to catch up on some work. And that would probably be next week, but I'll make a decision on that. So I know it's been a little inconsistent just in terms of when I do certain things anyway. So, for instance, I kind of decided to do Outlast Trials last week, partly because I felt I actually really do enjoy that game. And part of it was just a recognition of the fact that I couldn't do sort of a full XCOM stream, but I do want to acknowledge that the Thank you, Comrade Algrins, and welcome. You're here very early. Thank you very much for your continued subbing. I've actually find it slightly hard to believe it's been almost almost 3 years based on that alert, which is crazy to me. But thank you very much. I hope you're doing well. I will be jumping into XCOM in a little bit. But yeah, so the big one is that I don't want to be completely beholden to some almost like throwaway line or whatever, in terms of what I say. And to be honest, like if there's a day where I'm not feeling it, right? So if I don't know, I say I'm gonna play like Civilization 7, and I have a day which just leaves me feeling exhausted and really not at a point where I can sit and focus on what I'm doing. I'm not sure anybody's really well served by me playing a game like that when I'm not feeling at my best. Whereas, playing something like, I don't know, there's a ton of examples, but like normally I'll do a shooter in that case, or like Dark Souls. Um, and that this is actually maybe one thing that I think is a little funny. So Dark Souls is a genuine thing that I find, and I think I noticed somebody reacted in a funny way to this. Like they'd asked what I do for if I need to take my minds off things, and this can sound like an affectation, but this is a genuine thing that I did. Um, I would like sometimes trying to solve hard math problems. Like I had homework, right? So that it's not like I kind of go out of my way. Although I do actually still read the math texts, so it's just a me thing. But like the solving the difficult math problems thing was a very helpful thing if I needed to get my mind off things, simply because taking the time to solve that in a genuine way means that you actually like you don't have time to worry about other stuff. You're focused, right? Now, if you do that with something that you don't understand, or something that you have difficulty with, like when I say difficulty, like it's something that you don't have a framework for studying, that's not going to help, right? So it's got to be something that well enough that you have a chance of doing it, but is a little bit beyond what your immediate skill level is going to be. And again, it's just because if you're genuinely engaging with the activity, it's you maybe won't be in the zone, but at the very least, those trivial things that are really nagging at you, they're just not going to be there. And I do in some cases feel Like a game like Dark Souls or that can kind of serve the same point. I don't know. I don't know. I don't really feel like the thing is with Dark Souls, it can be frustrating when things don't work out, but um like the game is sort of built to be like the part of the experience, part of the way the game was made was at least for you to feel like it's this insurmountable difficulty. I think one of the things that's missed about Dark Souls by some of its more aggressive fans is that I do think a large part of what makes that game work is the illusion of this insurmountable obstacle rather than the reality of it. And this tends to come up more often when, there's an argument about game design or something like that. And somebody's like, the pillar of Dark Souls is difficulty. And I'm like, well, not really. Like, one of the ways you can make it arbitrarily difficult is just to randomly remap the keys on the controller. But I think there's a difference between saying, obviously there's different ways that you can sort of rhetorically spin the idea of pillars being a difficulty. If you were to say to me this idea of, presenting challenges in a way that they feel nearly insurmountable, when they're actually manageable, like I wouldn't dispute that. I think that's what makes the game work. But there's a lot of ways that game can be made considerably more difficult. But again, having that spell cast over you, right? Number one, you probably shouldn't feel bad about getting taken out in the game, because that's part of the point, or at the very least that's the feeling you're supposed to get. But once the magic works, once you sort of feel like you're up against the biggest fight of your life, well, again, you're going to be focused on that. So anyways, totally unrelated to XCOM, but I wanted to get that out of the way. I'm sure there was a reason for me to bring it up, but it's escaping me now. But yeah, one thing I did just want to clarify on this, I will, as far as I can, I'll try and let people know as early as I can, but I just feel a whole lot better at the end of the month if I have a bunch of stuff sort of locked down for work. And that means, for me, that means, potentially giving up some streaming time this or next week or the week fall. I mean, again, there's a few different ways that can happen, but oh yeah, sorry. No, I was talking about the idea of like whether or not you're feeling it or that. Yeah, it's just like one of these things, right? Where you don't always necessarily know how you're going to feel before a stream. You can say, I want to do... you can say, I want to do XCOM next week or whatever. If you if I say next week I want to do XCOM 2, and then I find out I have like all of an hour to to do the stream, I can do some XCOM within an hour, but I don't know, it feels like it would feel better if I could like do a good session of it, and then if I only have an hour, spend some time doing something like Outlast Trials or whatever. Okay, so I did spend some time talking, but I do want to try and give people a chance to have a character. So, Ulgrins, I think you were on the list for someone to add. I definitely have a few people to bring in. So, for instance, Elkanu would be nice to bring in at some point. But would you like a character? Would you like a representation of yourself in the XCOM universe today? And sorry, I did see your comment. XCOM is hard if you aren't a meticulous and super planning player, which you are not, and equates to possible being a hard game to take your brain away from things. You have such little faith in me. Alright, you're a lady. We can change that. Perfect, no notes. Olaf, great to see you. Olaf, I don't think I asked you. Did you want a character as well? Okay, so I think Algren's is going for the... Oh, I'm sorry, Olaf? You're right there at the bottom. I do apologize. I'm reading these notes in the dark, so... All right. So, Algren's, the rule on this one is that you get to... That's not big. So, again, let me put it to you this way. The deal on these ones, I'm actually willing to do 2 today because you're both here if you'd like. So the deal on this will be that you tell me what you want as a character, and I get whatever is left over. If you aren't completely, if you don't give me like a 100% detailed spec, then I will play around with the remaining details. So this is your chance, Algren's. I will make a guess here that you probably want to keep the hair, but I don't know if I can do a battle. Well, there is. I know there's like an axe-like. There's like an axe-like thing, but I think that's when I like load out the character. Anyway, what I'm going to do, Algren's, I'll get a few details out of the way here to get us started. But now is the time for you to give me some ideas. It can be very broad. It can be like, you can have some sort of themes. You can have some specific things you'd like your character to have, or some specific things to avoid. And then once you're done, I will implement as much as I can. American for nationality, and the rest I can play with. All right. So if you're American, we have the first name Joe.
Go, go, go! Already there. Stepping off. Got it. Will do. Stepping off. Move, move, move! Stepping off. Roger that. Running.
Oddly enough, number 4 actually really
Solid
seems to work.
copy. Double time. Move, move, move! Running.
Alright. So, no changes to the face. Or, sorry, no changes to the hair. We need to find the most American face. Weirdly enough, I was going to change it, but it reminds you of a Chad streamer? Well, we'll stick with that. I probably shouldn't be allowing too many other changes. All right. Now, I think if I do any helmets or hats, that's going to eliminate the hair, so I won't allow myself that. But for an upper face prop, I think we'll go beardless on this one because of the hair. All right. May change that. Yeah, very Canadian. Do you remember that scene in Home Alone? I don't know. I actually don't know which one you're talking about, Vanguard. There are many, many scenes in Home Alone. Ah. I do remember that scene then. Alright, we definitely want to go for the full armor. I could make a bare arms joke, but I will not. Again, we're looking for Joe America, the American... I wonder what happens if I go for the blue instead. I feel like red and white is still... Sorry, just give me a quick second here. I want to see if there's maybe a state flag that I can look at. Florida. Either legs 5 or 0 or 1. Does the tattoo even matter when it's fully covered? I don't think so. All right. I think that's as good as I'm gonna get it. How do you feel about this, Algrins? Alright. So that didn't take a whole lot of time. Actually, I also kind of need to go to the bathroom, so I'm gonna be a little I'm gonna go crazy. I will make one more character. Olaf. Actually, here's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to hit the create character button. If you would like... So I actually have an idea, Olaf. But you've seen what character looks like. Oh, Norway male. Sorry, OAP, I think I'm sorry, I'm too stupid to know. Oh! Okay. I'm gonna make you grizzled as hell. But yeah, the one thing I was gonna say was actually I kind of need to run to the bathroom, which I maybe should have done before I started. But I'm gonna take a quick break. I will be back as soon as I can. I may ask a question during the course of character creation, but oh, the other thing I'll say, Olaf, if you would like a first and last name, because I can go Olaf T. Harry, or I could like have your nickname be Harry and use the first name Olaf. But I'll do all of that in just a minute or two. Okay, sorry about that. But we are going to be we're going to have some fun with this. All right, so nationality, Norway.
Beat feet. Dashing. Double time. Dashing. Beat feet. Double time. Dashing.
Rolling out. Already there. No need to ask twice. Good to go. Running. Got it. Got it. Go, go, go. I'm all over it.
All right. Ah. All right. I'm glad you approve of the last name. All right, how am I gonna do this? So this is probably the most grizzled of the faces. I gotta make you look very Viking-ish, so like probably zeros the... Oh man, I did not realize the faces changed that much. I'm looking for as many lines as possible. Thing is, I think this will work slightly better with the beard. think thick beard's gonna be the... we don't do scruffy. All right. I don't know if I can make you any I can make you even slightly paler. Sorry, it's part of the Nordic countries. Okay. Now, presumably scarring is another way to age. So maximum. Actually, I like the fact that it does have maximum on all of these. Man, some of these are brutal. Maximum stitches may be an option. Yeah, there we go. A little more weather beaten. Tempting, but obviously we need something with horns on it. There you go. But the real fun... Alright, so gotta go for the... maybe not aggressively blonde, but... Now, man bun won't do. What I'm thinking, and this is where Algren's is gonna feel a little disappointed. You get a veto on that if you want. Hello, J Posman. You get a veto on that if you want, Olaf. Oh, wait a minute. Hang on. Yeah. No, you wanted grizzled. I don't get more grizzled than an eye patch. I think the rest of these are going to obscure your glorious beard, so I think that's as far as I can go. It's just the hair that I'm not sure about. Is there a break? Good question. I don't think this is what you're looking for. Just ordinary definitely if you're looking for skill on this, it'll just be normal difficulty, so this is not the place for skill by far. I'm getting reacquainted. Oh, I wasn't serious. We can do loose braid. I'll see if we can find... I think that's probably our best option, but... yeah. Again, tempting, but... yeah, so unless you want the top knot, where were we? Oh, that's interesting. I used to know a guy who was actually very good at XCOM 2, and it always seemed to be the one that was the most reliable source of use for him. But honestly, I love playing this. I just haven't played it to the end yet. So this was an excuse for me to finally see the end. So the only thing I'll say, just in terms of setting expectations. So because I'm very bad. As you've noticed, I'm probably a little bit more chatty and. I don't always make full progress in terms of the game. The one thing I will say is I do fairly liberally use save and reload, and that's mostly just because I do want to see some form of progress over the course of a session. So it's more or less, heads I win, tails the game loses. But I also try not to abuse the privilege too much, because I do actually want to learn and, in my own time, play the game at a higher difficulty. All right, now, the question for me is, does Grizzled communicate cobbled together armor, or do we go for something a little more professional? I do like the idea of asymmetrical professionalism for Olaf's outfit, and lots of pockets. All right, so we'll go for torso 1 for a start. I suspect we won't necessarily do arm. Actually, that's not a bad fit. I definitely prefer that to the other arm option. The other would be this, but it's a little too symmetrical and doesn't scream grizzled veteran. So we'll work with that. And then we'll go for the Norwegian shorts. Lieutenant Dan, I think, is what you're looking for. Possibly 6. Yeah, so 6 or 4. Now, as a veteran, grizzled veteran, you've got tons of tattoos. There we go. So the only last thing to do... I actually don't mind this color scheme for our new Norwegian veteran. Yes, so don't really do advice here. Basically, I will allow myself to to make my mistakes and learn from them. Debating between Alien or, again, if we're going for the XCOM equivalent of old age pensioner, I feel that we need to do old style. I think this works. How are you feeling about your avatar, Algrins? Or sorry, not Algrins. We did Algrins before. This actually wasn't who I had in mind when I originally imagined you, Olaf, but looks good enough to die. Fair enough. To be fair, the only thing I really had in mind when you mentioned that you had a character was where is it? Anyway. There you go. Oh, hang on, we didn't do your weapon. My apologies. Wondering if there's a way I can incorporate... Again, I want a degree of professionalism. Let's maybe see if we can express ourselves through the pattern. Tundra. Tundra pattern is the answer. Unfortunately, we've crossed over into monochromatic, so... just enough. Sorry, I'm kind of married to the green now, though. All right. So as always, if I get to a point where I feel comfortable, like blowing resources on hiring specific individuals, but we are going to let the game pick. We will let the game pick who shows up under what circumstances. I'm trying to remember. I don't think I had anything else. I think things were more or less ready to progress. I know we were struggling to decide... Commander, after our recent success, members of the Resistance in West Asia have brought us reports of activity that we may want to investigate. Alien alloys and Illyrium crystals. We'll say not now. So, I don't exactly need them.
I have often wondered why the Elders would entrust their knowledge within a being so temperamental, so unmoved by our pursuits.
I think I'm going to do engineer, maybe the rookies. This is more... Actually, no, I'm going to do rookies first because then I can train them into new roles. Even though I need the engineer, I do get the option of training them. Spider suit complete. Advent materials tech lead us... I think it's let us, or it says lead us to this lightweight suit, which retains the increased protection of Advent plating, but also enhances mobility and mounts a grappling hook for fast movement around the battlefield. One spider suit has been added to the inventory. I would not be surprised if we have to do other stuff in the meantime.
Commander, the aliens continue to make progress on the Avatar
Remember
project.
when this
If
was
we're going
down
to
much
slow
lower?
them down, we'll need to move fast.
That's all right. I've got other plans for you anyway.
All right. Sunset Brigade. Brutal crackdown has been avoided. Lieutenant Elizabeth Coyote de Graaf has received a promotion. New abilities can be examined and assigned by viewing the soldier in the armory. Now, I don't recall... We do not have a major available. And I'm trying to remember if that's because we've put one on a mission or if that's because we can't go for the hunter yet. Yeah, I think we kind of need to actually show the subject of the propaganda poster. Okay, yeah, so it's because we don't have the ranks yet. That's fine then. We will... God, I can never remember these.
What can I do for you, Commander? It's creepy hearing the Chosen talk as if they were just like us. For all we know, they might have been us before the Elders got to them.
Research is proceeding as planned, Commander.
Definitely like the idea of more resistance contacts. So we need a sergeant plus. I'm gonna try and go for the lowest rank that I can. Elizabeth de Graaf is the companion. Let's get Turbo in there. Now, extra health. I remember I had a Grenadier who was kind of built for damage. Let's give this to Fernando Diaz. Yeah, I'll live with that.
We will work hand in hand with our new allies.
All right. So, and I did want the extra contact just because I do actually need to get on the.
Commander, many of our soldiers can improve the strength of their bonds if we give them a place to train.
Commander, these soldiers have reached
On the death to the invaders front, our courageous friends at XCOM successfully tracked and eliminated a high-ranking Advent field commander responsible for untold crimes against humanity. Although the aliens are still well ahead in overall kill count, XCOM slowly making progress.
Sorry, it's a little too long for me.
Commander, we've located one of their facilities.
Commander, we have word that the aliens have completed construction on a secret facility. Okay. So the good news is we will be able to make reasonably short work of a number of points on the Avatar project. But I do kind of need to start moving on this stuff. So maybe...
So
I did want to do the engineer,
out
but...
a new trick, eh? I'm not sure it will do you any good. It's certainly not going to scare me off.
Our inspiration did prove beneficial.
All right, research report. Psionics, codename Geller. Is that Yuri Geller? By closely examining the alien's own means of harnessing and wielding psionic energy, I believe the chances are good that we'll have more than enough viable candidates to serve as psi operatives. However, with the advanced psionic capabilities we've seen from the various alien species in the field, it may not be enough. In preparation for this new class of soldiers, I've used the chip removed from the commander to study the technology needed to focus and divert psionic energy. As a result, I've developed a psionic amplifier capable of focusing and enhancing the psionic energy they will be trained to harness. Although the potential for negative side effects will be high, I foresee the possibility that our soldiers will be able to push their new powers beyond the limits of what we might consider safe. The Psi Lab will allow rookie soldiers to train as Psi operatives, substituting standard soldier training for the intense mental ordeal that will unlock their latent psionic talents. Advanced Psi-Amp. This evolved version of the Psi-Amp channels the user's psionic energy far more clearly, enabling greater psionic strength in our operatives. Psi offense and psionic attack damage of some abilities is improved when carrying this advanced amplifier. I really don't feel this is the right I mean, we are on a bunch of autopsies at this point, but probably experimental weapons would be the...
I'll see that work begins immediately, Commander.
So yeah,
I'll contact you when I have a full report available.
The big dilemma I have right now is deciding on when to go after the various labs. So I think what I'm going to do, I will get the engineer. East Africa is going to be a tough one because I believe the alien hunter's enemy was there. I don't think this is any of our people. Remnants of an incomplete Advent settlement were found throughout the area, abandoned before finishing construction on the project. Our scans located a small resistance cell nearby, responsible for the sabotage, and when approached, they expressed interest in joining XCOM. All right. So the reason I wanted those rookies was to fill in whatever gaps I have on the... Okay, so 4 Grenadiers, 4 Rangers, 4 Sharpshooters, 4 Specialists. Oh, nice. Okay. And this slightly pains me, but I am actually going to give up going after the engineer for now, because we're going to get a supply drop in 6 days, which means we're going to distract our attention even further. So let's start working on contact for East Africa. Once contacted, the Resistance in East Africa will regularly collect 73 supplies on behalf of XCOM. Any connected regions will also become available for contact.
We've located the Elder's Hunter, actively working in this region, Commander.
I will confess, I really do like the cinematic approach on this. Like, all of those little moments, like seeing the connection with the Resistance is still inspires a little something. Vigilo Confido, Commander. The people of East Africa stand ready to help XCOM however we can.
New regional contacts located.
Word of the Resistance is spreading, Commander. By making contact with the people of East Africa, the local resistance in Eastern Europe is now available for contact. Word of the Resistance is spreading, Commander. By making contact with the people of East Africa, the local resistance in West Africa is now available for contact. And South Africa. I also feel that machine learning would not be a bad one to pick up.
Commander, we've utilized all of our available communications capacity. We can't establish any new contacts until we upgrade our systems.
We've managed to track the Chosen Hunter to this region.
So this will be where we, the reason for doing this, one, it's nice to have the new income. Number two, when we get the extra engineer, we should get the extra range that we need to be able to get that last site in Oceania.
New regional contacts located.
All right, New Brazil is available for contact, as is Western Europe. And I have spread myself a little bit, so just so we don't lose all of the progress, I will take one of these temps and okay, so
Commander, now that we've established contact with the local resistance, we've got the details we need to move on the aliens' facility. This is our chance to set back their work on the Avatar project.
I'm expecting this to be a tough one.
Setting course for Sector 12, East Africa.
In fact, it is saying that it will be a difficult one. All right, so Jane Kelly. Frida works with Igor. Ripcord works well with Lewis Turner, and Nava Barlev works with Elena. But I believe we want someone who works with Mox. Although, I think if I do it like this, I can still bring everyone. Ooh, I don't like that. I don't know if Huntsman's the right answer on this. I think I'm going to bring another Grenadier. Okay. I had a feeling that there's another... Oh, you know what? How much you want to bet? Okay, good. So the specialist will get the heal. Do I really not have that much stuff available for people? You can definitely see some sense in some of these frontliners taking yeah, this is odd. All right. I think at this point, I'm just chucking in whatever I can. It might have been nicer to have the armor and such, but we'll just have to learn to not get hit. I would have preferred to have mocks on this, but... So, the best I can hope for here, it has been a very, very long time since I've done the alien hunter stuff, and I kind of get the impression...
In position to drop.
My best option on this one is to just try and focus the thing down so we force it to retreat like on the first turn.
The aliens have a secure facility hidden in this area conducting research crucial to the Avatar project. And we've got enough information at this point to move in and take it out. Once we reach the AO, head to the designated position and plant the X4 charges. When they're armed, get clear, and we'll blow that place to hell.
Yeah, I don't know. This is going to be a bit of a gong show, I think. Operation Laughing Priest. Sabotage the alien facility, place X4 charges in the facility, escape the area of operations located in the wilderness of Africa.
Menace 1-5. Target coordinates are locked in. Move to designated position and place the X4 charges. We're in concealment.
Okay, and again, I know how bad I am at this, so... where's temp 2? This is probably the furthest up I can move.
Heading there now.
I mean, it's unlikely we're going to be facing something straight up against a wall.
Moving out.
What I am trying to do here is sort of based off of my previous experiences. I tried to do just like a big run at the start, and then I'd sort of wind up.
Already there.
You know, I'd wind up triggering the enemy. And, you know, again, I've accepted that in this playthrough I'm going to undo certain things. But where I can, I'd like to try and make at least a gesture at taking it seriously, so. And fortunately, this time around, it seems like we're definitely afforded a little more leeway here.
Getting it done.
Like, obviously, if something comes from the right, I'm in trouble, but...
On the move.
Obviously, that cover makes absolutely no sense if I think the enemy's coming from, like, this direction, but... Ooh! I'm, rather happy that did not go the way that could have gone. Okay,
Headed there now.
Now, these things were a massive pain in the neck the last time. So, and I don't believe I have more than one specialist. But one possibility would be to sort of sneak around the edge.
On my way.
Thank you very much, Narkexy. How you doing tonight? Okay. Ugh, this is... I get the feeling this is going to be stressful. So there's a side of me that says I just want to... there's a side of me that says I want this to stay on high ground. I'm going to do something a bit reckless here and run up like so.
Twice.
This is hopefully to get an idea of what's waiting for me on this side of the map. The hope being that we can sort of go in through the door here and just not have to worry about the turrets.
Got it covered.
And sort of where I can, I'm trying to give the that patrol over there a wide berth. Although I suspect the game will direct them towards me. Not so sure how I feel about being this close, but...
Already there. Double time.
It's probably the best I can manage. I think a lot is going to rest on what remains on this side. Okay, that's mildly encouraging. Unfortunately, not quite enough to... I don't think we have anybody who can open that door. Now, the other lesson that I got from the last time we did something like this was that the turrets were a little character building in terms of how they handled visibility. So there's one side of me that just kind of wants to run up front like so.
Double time.
Yeah, so obviously if there was a patrol around this side here, that would have been a disaster. Not that we're ruling out a disaster still, but...
Double time.
So essentially on this, I'm saying that, like, this we're hoping for, and the thing we're aiming at with this is avoiding the attention of the turret. I really just need one character to give me that that visibility. Now, the one thing that's less clear to me is where the sniper should be in all of this.
Got it covered. Running out.
Yeah, so we seem to kind of only have this one option here, which is going to become a little more difficult once we try to open that door, but
Solid copy.
we're kind of committed here, so at the very least it's keeping us away from the baddies that we've seen.
On the move.
And hopefully that means we don't need to deal with the turrets either. But I'll be honest, I've not really done this way before. Okay.
On the move. Position confirmed.
So I think we're trying to make hay if we can. Now, I will confess, I am somewhat tempted on this, but I have a feeling like this is a great recipe to get hit by the turrets. I think I'm going to have to settle for here. Okay.
Menace 1-5, you're near the target position. On it.
Obviously, none of these are positions I would actually want to start the firefight with, but the closer we can get without detection, the happier I am. I do think we've run out of hiding places, though.
Good to go.
That's kind of why I wanted to put the sniper on the... Well...
Good to go.
I wanted to try and put the sniper on the high ground, but... Ooh, yikes. Alright.
Roger that.
I think this is the longest I've ever been in what do you call it? Concealment. So the big dilemma I have here is getting eyes on the upper level. I think the majority of the fun is going to be happening in this room here. But the question
Moving
is,
on target
I mean,
location.
this is a fishing expedition that can potentially go very badly.
Heading there now.
So this is also notable in that I don't actually see any of the bad guys yet.
Heading to that location. Hostiles making the rounds. Moving to Overwatch.
That's affirmative. On Overwatch. Double time.
On the move.
Don't don't think it would hurt to have a couple more people on high ground.
On the move. I believe this would be Subject Gamma. Valen created a Viper King. Just what we needed.
Yeah, and just at the worst time, too. Alright, how the hell am I even supposed to manage this?
Headed there now.
Affirmative. Covering now.
I think I'm just going to accept this is not ideal and see where
Moving to Overwatch.
see where all this lands. Hello, Gleger. And sorry, I think you left before I said it yesterday, but yeah, I didn't realize that you'd asked about the stream before. In the stream before, I had I'd done. That's no good. I probably should have paid attention to whether or not that was the thing. You know what? At this point,
On Overwatch.
everyone gets an Overwatch, and this is just going to be a clown show.
Eyes on the prize.
But yeah, in this case, actually, I can't remember if the grenade destroys some armor, or if that's even a good idea at this point. I think we'll go for the vanilla attack. I've actually, I've done comparatively little of Alien Hunters Narkexy, which I think is going to be a problem.
We've got a chance to take this thing down once and for all, Commander. Let's get it done.
Cool.
Hostile target down.
It hit the plate!
Something here. It's dead. It has to be dead.
Hey guys!
Not good.
Watch the flanks! They're moving!
So I mean, all told, this could have been much worse. But I apparently am now committed to using a number 4. And I realized I took a small break before, but apparently I didn't do the job, because I'm taking a small break for a number 1. Sorry. I'll be back as soon as I can. All right, sorry about that. I did save to 4, right? Yeah. So yeah, the problem is I genuinely don't remember how this works. So I think probably my first best move... Well, one is if I can get people to high cover, that's ideal.
I'm going. It would seem Valen's creations are not intent on making this easy. Stay alert for rapid movements as it attempts to reposition itself.
Alright, that I did not realize. But that's fine. So in this case, I think my best option is to just get the flank on the Muton. The only thing that I'm not crazy about is that it probably won't be a coup de grace. Alright, well I can shut up.
Happy now? I'm running low on ammo.
So there's a side of me that says that just getting somebody in to chop the bad guy is the right call here. But then the question is, what do I do about the... Well, now, okay, taking pieces off the board. It's hard to argue with.
One down, thousands to go.
So I think this potentially exposes me to the Viper King. Not great. Doubly not great. So I could try and use a grenade to seal the deal. I think we'll see what the sniper rifle can do on that. Okay.
That's it!
Okay, so I want to try and get a combat protocol on the turret if I can to save my ranger. And again, all of this is potentially coming at the expense of more useful actions on the part of the... Good lord, how do I even... I don't think I have any way of hitting that turret. Arguably, it would be better for me to... I also hate to admit, I actually forgot where the snake went. So I think sitting and waiting for the enemy to do something is too passive. And again, knowing now that the baddie is going to move each time I move. I don't know if I try and blow out the floor underneath this thing. You know what? Out of a list of not very good options, this one doesn't strike me as, like, obscenely wrong.
Frag out!
And again, I need to prepare for whatever retaliatory move the snake makes. Now, my other alternative here would be teamwork. That would be Lewis Turner, who's kind of out of the way here. Doesn't seem like there's any high ground in the cards for me. And if I throw a grenade, I'd be shocked if... Well, I mean, one thing that I can potentially do is expose the baddie, but of course the problem is that by doing so, I also open myself up to the attack. So, I'm gonna settle for...
If you say so.
Cover. Interesting. So it didn't move on that. I'm just gonna set up an Overwatch.
Scanning.
At least we know where they are! The armor held.
Oh, that's gonna be a problem. So, one potentially good thing would be if I can get Lewis Turner in, you know what? Second best. I'll settle for that. Damn it!
The concentrated breath of that creature is reading at incredibly low temperatures. You are at risk of severe tissue damage if exposed. Good to know, Doctor.
I thought that might be limited to movement. So I think the dilemma here is that this attack on the Viper isn't that exciting. Although I guess it's frozen, so that's a thing. I think we'll use the teamwork.
We have nothing to fear.
And I mean, the question I guess is, do I do more damage firing the weapon? Or do I do more with the sword? So both are 6 to 8, and then the other one is... Okay, that's at least a 100%. The only thing is I don't think I have any escape as far as the... Yeah, well... We'll just expose everyone.
Is some sort of psionic rift. I cannot begin to fathom why Dr. Vahlen would have allowed it to have this ability. It's trying to make a break for it. Take it out before it gets away.
That strikes me as a massive waste of a turn. Okay, so I can try 63% to take out that Viper. Again, I think this is a waste of time. But I can probably... Nope. Damn it. I still think that was the right call if that took the enemy off the board, but I need a solution for the... Actually, you know what? It's not elegant.
All right, I'll go.
But this seems like a really good way to get rid of the turret. So, the remaining question is, can I get Frida? Okay, so first of all, bondmate is Hurricane. I believe is that gentleman. Problem is, I think any option... I don't think there's a version of this where I can use a grenade that doesn't damage these two, and I would be amazed if... Oh, that's interesting. Okay, I'm taking a big risk doing this. But... if it gets me a shot... No, hang on. Oh, it does not say what the... Okay, I'm sorry to do this again. I don't even know which one I should... Do I make another temp? Save temp 3. The problem here is I genuinely don't know if this is on... I think this is on this Viper.
I'm trusting you here.
Alright.
Check it before you get too close.
So obviously this is madness as far as cover is concerned, but the idea here is that we've taken so many things off the board. This one I think I'm just going to do an Overwatch.
Get it together.
I'm gonna have to figure out... So for Frozen...
Alright, I'll go.
Is there no way to... Okay. So I'm just gonna load to the... Sorry, I thought that would have auto-saved. That's fine, we'll just do the attack again. Again, I have a vague recollection of some of this stuff. I will take... I'm just going to assume that the Frozen resolves itself.
I definitely got that one.
I also didn't realize Ripcord was out in the open because I broke the stairs, but I guess we'll do the turn as we go. Oh, apparently we damaged it. Okay.
Will do. I'm going. Good to go.
I'm all over it.
Probably would have been smarter to do some kind of reload action and then move, but...
Double time.
Wonderful. All right.
Menace 1-5, status confirmed. X4 charges are armed. Move to the extraction point for immediate evac.
Centrally located.
I need an evac here!
Actually, I should have put it closer to the thaw, but that's fine. I think it will be a moot point
Good to go.
in a turn. So obviously we didn't get the loot. I wasn't quite expecting to do the demolition job myself, but I don't know, in terms of the... I'm just trying to think, like, in terms of the reloads and stuff like that, I do think I got a little lucky in the sense that there were no enemies in some of the spots there could have been.
What's over there?
In this case, I'm just getting people in position for the
Come get some.
evac.
On Overwatch. What's over there?
But yeah, I mean,
Got it covered.
I don't think I needed to do any particularly
Already
egregious
there.
reloads that weren't weren't basically things that weren't
They've got
Menace
friends.
1-5,
Weren't
be
decisive.
advised, we've picked up hostile reinforcements inbound on your position.
all right. Let's see. I guess the furthest most should probably go first.
Stepping off. Evac confirmed.
Moving to position.
I will also confess I'm kind of happy in terms of how
Let's go.
this went with the alien hunters, just because I feel like I was able to learn, like,
I hope it's worth
there
it.
wasn't anything too devastating that the
Heading home.
Viper did to us. Like, the freeze was annoying, but we were able to sort of
What's
work
over there?
work our way through that.
Hacking it in.
And then for future, I should probably figure out exactly how that movement rule works, because obviously
I'm trusting you here.
I got caught by a couple of unexpected results. But again, nothing that was
Ready to boogie.
nothing that I couldn't work my way through.
What's over there? Ready to boogie.
Menace 1-5, status confirmed. X4 charges detonating.
All right, and apparently there was one remaining.
The Speaker commended loyal citizens today for standing up to those who would abandon our values for those of the old world. The remarks followed a moment of silence for peacekeepers slain by XCOM dissidents.
So again, overall, I'm reasonably happy with how that went. It doesn't exactly give us a ton of breathing room as far as the facilities go, but we're going to want to put...
I doubt we've seen the last of Valen's little experiment, Commander. Best stay on our toes. It could show up again at any time.
We're definitely going to want some time to repair. I mean, I could technically just go into the next one with almost the same team.
The alien facility now stands in ruin, Commander. Excellent work. Your efforts will no doubt slow the aliens' progress towards the Avatar project.
We're working on it, guys. Actually, you know what? I feel absolutely greedy now, because I was going to say the hardest one for me to deal with was the idea that we were going to be up against an alien hunter's enemy. So my first inclination would have been to go and get the engineer.
Looking for me. We haven't been on the best of terms since they found I had been hunting some of their pets in my spare time. It's so hard to find a challenge these days. I just thought maybe I'd come up with something new.
But yeah, I feel like we've got what it takes to do Operation Knife Song. And I mean, we'll obviously be short-handed for some of the more hardcore stuff, but we'll probably be collecting the supplies anyway. So.
Setting course for the West African sector.
Sure, we'll go for a mine shield. Yeah, I don't know. Same group as before. I am a little worried if the Chosen shows up, but Mox isn't any less tired than he was before, right? So. But so the logic behind the choice here is essentially
Ranger deployed.
In position for deployment.
The way I'm thinking on this one is to say, okay, so what's fundamentally different from this other dark site, right? Like we did, other than getting one person wounded, like what's really changed in terms of the calculation that I made to go after the dark site? And it's like, well, if anything, it's the fact that I don't believe there's an alien hunter. Or sorry, I'm the alien hunter. I don't think there's a super alien in this one. So if anything, I mean, maybe it adjusts the difficulty knowing that there's going to be an enemy like that, and so I'm actually going to have a tougher fight ahead of me. But it's effectively the same team that was ready to do what I perceived to be a harder fight, which is why I'm sort of going for the second site.
The aliens have a secure facility hidden in this area conducting research crucial to the Avatar project. And we've got enough information at this point to move in and take it out. Once we reach the AO, head to the designated position and plant the X4 charges. When they're armed, get clear and we'll blow that place to hell.
Alright. Operation Knife Song.
Menace 1-5. Target coordinates are locked in. Move to designated position and place the X4 charges.
So I shouldn't expect...
Position is obscured.
Shouldn't expect this to be the same mission. Sorry, we'll put, I guess, 4 back up.
I'm on the move.
You were also, if I recall correctly, you were reinstalling Phantom Brigade as well, if I
Good copy. Moving on target.
If I recall correctly.
Let's do this.
I think I said this before. Like, it's one of the really wonderful things about this game is that, you know, you'll see something to remind you of XCOM 2, and you'll be like, oh man, XCOM 2. That's a really fun game. Why did I stop playing it? It's usually because, you know, you got busy with something else. So then you go to, you know, play it, and
Affirmative.
not only is it as good as you remember, it's actually even more fun. And that's the nice little reward that XCOM keeps giving us.
Got it. Moving.
This is a lot more spread out than I necessarily wanted, but I value cover.
Location confirmed.
Okay, so if I can get to the high ground, that's first best. That's not going to be the easiest.
Confirmed.
Get over it, you big baby. Alright. But there's... Oh, is that just a tree I saw? Felt like there was a big thing nearby. Alright. So... the closer I can get everyone to the action, the better. But obviously not at the expense of cover.
Good to go.
Obviously that's wide and exposed, but like I'm kind of running with the assumption that the enemy can't see through walls.
Location confirmed.
And I suppose the idea that there isn't a patrol about to come on the right-hand side. Can't say I'm a fan of any of this.
Let's do this.
I'm all over it.
Copy that.
I have an idea of how he can overcome his fear of sectoids. Okay, now this basically seems invented for a sniper.
Location confirmed.
I also think that is going to be the last opportunity we get to sort of look at stuff ahead of the big fight. This is a little reckless. Okay.
Roger that.
I was thinking of chopping up the bad guy, but yours sounds slightly more humanitarian.
Rolling out.
Now, I'm out of cover.
Stepping off.
So again, this isn't exactly ideal in terms of placement, but... I do want them kind of close to the action.
Solid copy.
Aha! There was a baddie. Alright. So the big dilemma I'm going to have here is trying to decide whether I want to... So there is an argument for me to let the... not use the Overwatch with the Rangers on the idea that they'll be able to chop up the sectoids. That is a reasonable enough shot with the Muton. I don't feel like super confident in it, but I think at this point...
Roger. Got my eyes on.
Overwatch.
Now the question here is, do I try anything with Ripcord? So we don't really have cover options.
Okay.
That at least has a shot on the Muton.
On Overwatch.
So I'm going to say we keep the 2 Rangers available to do a shot on the sectoids. I mean, the other alternative, right, is we drop a grenade here, but in this case, I want to shred the Muton's armor.
They spotted us. What did you expect?
Well then, the dilemma here is we don't know what we're up against in the main building.
Got it. Moving. I've got eyes on
Oh, I am in so much trouble. I wasn't even thinking, actually. The damn it. The specialist isn't actually available there. This is a terrible, terrible place for me to be in. But I made my choice, so
Hunt him down. Copy that.
So why am I putting a second character in harm's way like that?
Here, catch.
taking heavy damage.
I may reload on this one. It's not a noble choice, but okay, no. So I think Haywire Protocol would not be
Hey, I'll go.
unwelcome.
Taking control.
God damn it!
Going haywire. It's blocking me out.
Now, I have a feeling I'm going to make a bad situation worse by, like, running in and chopping this guy down, but...
Happy now?
Menace 1-5, you're near the target position.
I'm probably going to reload. Like, I shouldn't, because these are very obviously reckless choices for which there should be consequences. But, let's commit to an absolute balls-to-the-wall effort to get out of this problem.
X-ray neutralized. Asset secure.
I was not expecting that. So I get to move after... Oh, okay. I mean... I don't seem to have a lot of options here. Although I am intrigued.
Moving to position.
Let's give him something to think about, at least. I do not like those odds at all. Who's the teammate again? Hurricane. Okay. Oh, I get it. Okay.
It is clear. Catch!
I really thought that was going to knock it off the pedestal. That really doesn't work for me, actually, but... okay. We'll do our best.
I definitely got that one. On my way.
And again, this is a big, wide open shot. Why do that? Well, in hopes that... Alright, no. There's not a lot of creative things we can do, but...
Boom!
So we'll see what the butcher's bill is for my terrible decision-making. That's the game being nice.
I think I'm bleeding.
So, the clown shoes ain't coming off. You can see the hand of God turning down the difficulty knob. Yeah, I mean...
I guess that'll be okay.
So one option is the yeah, that's not good for the... So what I was thinking here, right? We take Judgment Day... and chop the Viper, and then we use the specialist to give him another turn and like get him out of harm's way, which is admittedly a little more playing not to lose rather than playing to win, but I think
one down,
I have tempted fate enough, so
You have the power.
Yeah, I'll settle for this.
What's over there?
This, of course, still leaves my people exposed. It's, in fact, I would suspect... Yeah, on this one, I think we just need to get people closer. But for Hurricane, we might be able to make something of the... Oh, I have an idea.
Got it.
Keep going!
Heads down.
I mean, it's not groundbreaking, but it's going to force a bit of behavior. And I guess the big question here is if... I
guess that'll be okay.
A pistol overwatch isn't going to help us, but at least moving into the right place.
Medic!
Yeah. Again, like I said, clown shoes have been on for a while. I can't complain too much about that result, but I do think we're in a position to do some real damage here. So, Hurricane's in a bit of a weird spot because he doesn't have any grenades left. Not a great chance to hit. Suppression is mighty tempting here. I guess the real question is, can we get Pyro to open a doorway or not? I mean, the other alternative is we just move someone up to a point where we flank the alien. I just don't think we have that many people. Guess the no backseating thing's optional.
Target eliminated. I'm on it. What do you think that does?
I mean, yeah, if you think, I guess, if backseating is a conditional for you watching, I feel I was pretty clear on that. I just don't really know why you need to announce that you're leaving unless you're trying to tell me how to run my stream.
Double time.
Okay.
Affirmative.
I'm not really sure if I can say I learned any lessons here, other than apparently I can get away with some of the most ridiculous nonsense
No need to ask twice.
possible. We didn't lose anybody. we'll have some people healing for a bit.
Got it. Moving.
Menace 1-5, status confirmed. X4 charges are armed. Move to the extraction point for immediate evac.
I guess the real question here is going to be how far Judge can move. All right. Maybe a slight bias towards... Yeah.
Get an evac in here!
Solid copy. Absolutely.
Got it covered. All right, I'll go.
Stepping off. Already there.
All right. Like I said, I don't know if I should feel good about this or not, but we made it.
I'm out of here.
Evac confirmed.
Yeah, I mean, so I will say, like, there's obviously some incredibly dumb things that I did that I was not punished as heavily as I think the game could have for me. There were a couple of things that were intentional, so trying to put the AI in a position where it feels like it's potentially being in a disadvantageous position. So things like trying to destroy cover, or putting two enemies close, or two of my people close to their position so they don't get their like ideal firing spots. I could have gotten lucky on that, or that could be the way that the game thinks. But yeah, obviously losing a really good ranger for an extended period of time, basically because I insisted on keeping them, you know, out of cover.
According to Advent officials, recent attacks by dissident
I don't know what I'm supposed to expect other than, you know, a slap.
Have done little to slow the progress of Advent's ongoing development or outreach programs. Voluntary citizen emigration numbers are reportedly at their highest level in recent years.
It is D-Pain. Sorry, I didn't even know you were streaming tonight. How are you doing? Let me take a minute. Yeah, 2 weeks with Turner off duty. But again, that's on me. Yes, for those of you who do not know him, It Is D-Pain is a podcaster, player of games, cooker of food, player of co-op, actually. Night 97's one of the people who stops by to hang out with the D-Pain raids. Story stream on Monday. You're making a TTRPG adventure. Oh, sorry. Just so I can be clear, when you say you're making an adventure, so the idea here is that, like it's an existing property that you're like writing something for, right? You're not making your own RPG system or setting. Anyways, I don't get to see... I was going to say, I see It Is D-Pain here more than I see his stuff, and I think this is just a sad reflection of the fact that I've got real-life duties and responsibilities. I am always very happy to see him. And I do feel... It's maybe not the most... Sorry, this is going to sound weird. I don't want to sound like backhanded in terms of the compliment, but... I do know him partly through the Pointless Discourse podcast. So I originally met him through a streamer called Apocalypse, and they very kindly have invited me to be on that podcast a couple of times. And one of the reasons why I like highlighting it is I have been reflecting a little bit that a lot of the science fiction stuff that I talk about on Cyberpunk streams tend to be a reflection of like some of those chats. I sort of feel like there's a bit of a how do I put it, like there's a bit of a gap or like a hole that hasn't been filled. So but anyways, it's always nice to see It Is D-Pain. I also know that I tend to be, I think he usually needs to be in bed when I'm normally streaming, so it is always appreciated and welcome. It seems like they're, especially for something, I don't know if you find this for yourself, D-Pain, but whenever I'm doing something sort of like, you know, writing or basically something comparable to that, I don't always get that many people, so I appreciate all of you coming along with D-Pain, even if this is not to your liking. I've been very lucky in XCOM 2, but I don't know, I feel like I've been learning a couple of things at least. Alright, I have filibustered enough.
With the alien facility destroyed, their efforts to develop the Avatar project will likely suffer a substantial decline, at least for the time being. Excellent work, Commander.
The time being? Is that one of the alien hunters creatures? Your destruction of the alien facility in West Africa has dealt a serious blow to the aliens' work towards the Avatar project, Commander. Your actions today will leave no question as to humanity's resolve in recapturing control of Earth. Okay, so, I mean, there's basically a few irons in the fire, and I'm just going to need to wait for those to turn out. Oh, yeah, okay, sorry, I should be clear on that. So, D-Pain, that is not me angling...
You've done a hell of a job keeping this ship together, Doctor.
It's all we've got. And I know the aliens aren't happy about losing one of their own.
I doubt they thought anyone could get this heap airborne again.
I'm more than happy to prove them wrong.
I should probably save just in case catastrophe falls on me. Yeah, sorry, D-Pain, I should have been clear. That wasn't me angling for another invite, though I would be delighted. It was more, it's my effort to try and, everybody's got like a podcast to recommend. I'm actually about to declare podcast bankruptcy on my backlog. But no, that's my effort, ham-handed as it is, to try and get people to check out your stuff. Oh, fair enough. Yeah. Yeah, I'd get it. Well, the other thing too, right, is that I think
I tend to keep things simple. Choose a target, pick up their trail, and then, when the time is right, I strike without warning. Think of it as mercy.
Oh, crap.
Most of them don't even have time to notice they're dead.
All right, I've already used up the contacts, so... Dark event complete. Lost world. A lost swarm may occur on any mission. For years, humanity was entertained by colorful stories of aliens and zombies. Not so humorous anymore, is it? Yeah, I was originally going to try and expand out to that other dark site, but I will work with this. Advent retaliation. Resistance havens under assault. Commander, Advent has discovered one of our Resistance havens. They are targeting innocent civilians in a reprisal strike.
You should have known I'd be coming for your friends eventually.
Alright, Advent is attacking one of the Resistance havens in New India. We'll need to respond quickly to prevent further civilian casualties.
Setting course for the Indian Regional Zone.
I could use some more intel. Okay. Oops. Oh, right. I do also need to use the weapon upgrades. Okay, so... So I don't want to bring the tired people. Alright, so we'll bring Elena. Oh god, this is very difficult as well. Alright. Barlev. Alright, so that's at least a specialist. Elizabeth DeGraff. And that will mean we bring Tina Bell. Wow, we've got some pretty under-equipped people. And I don't have a sharpshooter yet. So Huntsman's my best available. So then the question is, do I want to bring another ranger, or do I want to bring another... No, actually it's another grenadier, because there's the possibility we're going to have to deal with... we're possibly going to have to deal with the Chosen. So I wasn't going to bring Hurricane, but I'm sort of forced now. Did I forget a ranger? I think I did. No, it's right here. What am I saying? Sorry. I feel like I should have a second one of these. Okay. I underutilize battle scanners, but let's see how this goes.
Sky Ranger deployed.
Menace, ready to deploy.
So one of the catches here is
The
that...
aliens just hit one of the resistance outposts hard. There may be survivors, but that's a best-case scenario. We're going in to secure the site. Neutralize all hostile contacts.
Operation Sky Shadow. Stop the Advent retaliation, neutralize all enemy forces, rescue at least 6 civilians.
Menace 1-5, hostile forces are attacking the outpost. Eliminate all enemy units and protect those civilians. Advent came in hot and so did we. You won't have a concealed position for deployment on this one.
So, one drawback here is I'm sort of preparing for a Chosen fight, but the possibility here is that I actually just have to deal with a bunch of faceless, and I don't have a good answer for those right now. I also don't have any high ground, but we'll just run the sniper up and hope we don't die. Okay, I probably should have moved a little bit closer to the action here.
No time to spare.
Still don't see anything.
Affirmative!
Obviously, there are some big assumptions about what I'm going to be up against based on these moves. And particularly the direction.
So,
Copy. Got it covered.
Well, I mean, we brought the right... Oh, crap. I have the wrong team for this. I did not know it was going to be the Hunter. Oh! Alright, so, immune to explosions. Attacks decrease will of any soldiers within sight. Soul Stealer gains health when nearby enemies take damage. Takes additional damage from 3+ attacks in a single turn, and Adversary the Skirmishers takes increased damage from the Skirmishers. So this is going to be tough.
It's looking like your last.
It's one of the Chosen. This mission just got a little more dangerous.
Oh my god.
Stay on top of its position and try to take it out.
There's not much sport in this, but it is amusing.
Alright. I think I'm going to have to rely on Dragonova to...
As you order, Commander.
Ooh. I don't feel very good about a lot of my cover options here. I think this is as far as I'm willing to go. It sucks because this is too passive for what I need to do, but sure, we'll just go in front of the explosive barrel. What's the worst that could go wrong? Or what's the worst that could happen?
Got it covered. Affirmative. Affirmative.
I have a feeling the game's gonna force some hard decisions pretty soon.
Getting it done.
It's time to make the Elders proud. I'll give you a sporting chance.
Moving as ordered.
I will confess that move was a little too passive.
I will go.
Steer clear of those berserkers. They can't do much from range, but they're lethal up close.
Okay, now my hope here is that the sniper's going to be able to do something about it. I mean, we'll YOLO it, but... What a surprise!
Yeah, I didn't get it.
I don't exactly want to tempt fate here, but the longer I wait, the, you know, the more civilians die, so...
Move, move, move! Double time!
Now they see me. this is going to be a problem. In fact, these two are going to get rocketed. So who's the bond mate? Coyote. Thing is, I don't think that will make... Well, you know, that actually might give me a run and gun, but...
Not a problem.
Ugh. I don't think there's a way of doing this without... Yeah. Okay. I'll take it.
Let's get it on already.
Yeah, that's not a surprise.
So good.
They might seem mindless.
Oh god, they brought the swarm too.
That looked like it hurt. I see you. Dangerous game. Hardly.
Okay, so where I can, I want to go on the aggressive on this.
What's over there?
At least gets me some options. I should have tried to haywire rather than take it out. Okay, I gotta get out of the bad place. So if I recall correctly, if you hit the... I think if you hit the Berserker, it moves closer to you.
Let's do this.
This isn't exactly the bravest option, but...
I'm on the move.
You don't belong here. The only fate possible for
The
aliens.
Advent's been letting some of the rejects slip through production lately.
Okay, this is the one that worries me. So obviously we're not going to be able to do much about the Berserker on its... I think, actually, you know what, let's... Okay. I genuinely don't know if the Chosen needs to set up a shot before it can do it. what I'm going to do here is I'm going to put Tina Bell out in the open. Set up an Overwatch.
I can handle that.
It's not a great chance, but... Okay, it's enraged, but it's not moving on us. So in this case, I'm going to settle for the Overwatch.
The elders created you for this. Now it's time to prove your worth.
Not great. Sniper?
That is not good. Here.
Ouch.
Not far enough.
And this is a headache I really didn't need right now.
You really think you can hide from me?
All right. So priority number 1. Let's get out of the danger zone.
All right, I'll go.
It's still burning, huh? This is a risky shot, but... Okay, good.
Okay, so I got one. Toss me some ammo. That's it, I'm out.
Let's move already. You want some more?
Okay. Let's see what we can do with Dragonova.
I am trusting you. An alien scouting party.
Good lord. Alright. So that's not going to be enough to seal the deal. Don't worry, didn't crash. There's no way I'm gonna have the ammo to deal with all of this. But this, I mean, she's gotta get detected if I move this way. In fact, most of these. But then, like, she can clearly see that, alright, I'm gonna try this.
Life is in your hands.
Borderline miraculous. I think best I can hope for here is to
Absolutely.
move up and take a dent of the Lost.
That's how it's done. I'm out of firepower over here.
Again, the big problem here is it's all well and good to say that there are 8 civilians left, but those are going to get worn down pretty quick. That's a lot of people.
Keeping my eye on you.
I'll take that.
Enjoy these final breaths.
Okay. I have absolutely nothing to shoot at. Not ideal. And then this is going to turn into a danger zone for this character really quick, so I don't know if I want to... I don't know if I want to tempt fate. I think maybe an Overwatch might be the right call here.
Tired of waiting around.
Okay, I have some ideas.
You can't handle me.
I think I need the sure things, so...
You see that? Toss me some ammo.
Alright. So here, Stun Lancer is the...
Who's keeping score?
Alright, now Pyro's got to get out of a dangerous situation. If I had some kind of assurance that... You know what? Let's, we'll move out of the way first. This may open up more possibilities with the priest. And it's not going to blow up my
Fire in the hole!
Reaper's cover. But that still doesn't count for my sniper. Okay.
Locked and loaded.
This one's a bit unfortunate.
Happy now?
I will also confess, I'm actually not certain how... I'm not certain how unconscious works in this. Do I really want to break cover for this?
I go where I'm needed.
I'm not convinced that breaking cover here is the right option.
Watching comes naturally.
It is clear.
Well, I'm not useful here.
I'm all over it.
So this does leave me wide open for the priest. That's the only thing.
You were born for this. Now get out there and fight.
Now that I wasn't expecting.
Get out of my head!
I see you.
Okay, I got lucky there.
Taking fire over here! Can't think! Ready to engage.
So there's a couple of obvious steps first, so clear out the riffraff.
How many is that now?
They may be good for damaging the priest, but obviously, obviously I have a job to do, so.
Me. Burning through ammo fast.
Okay, good. This is definitely one that's worth using Dragonova for. But we may not have to.
Heading out.
Ouch.
Missed. Taking heavy fire.
All right, I'm embarrassed for all of you at this point. Okay, so Hurricane's got to get out of the danger zone. Unfortunately, there's not a whole lot. I mean, we'll move up. But that does mean my Rangers still. Out.
Remember, they are
I
not.
suppose that's why the elders
Fascinating.
want you back on the tactical side, Commander.
Got it.
Not normally how I'd want to use this character, but I really need to see what the unconscious deal is. I was worried about that.
Come out wherever you are.
Okay. Carry? So there's no way of reviving. Alright, that's a problem.
Heading there now.
I mean, it may be a medkit thing, in which case, you know, I'll work with what I've got. Feels like I should be putting some distance between myself and the big faceless. That's a shame. Alright. We're standing and fighting.
Big deal. Training ammo fast.
I'm ready.
Now I want to be a little careful with
Finally.
the potential for the mutons running around. Alright, have a good one. It is D-Pain, and again, I really appreciate you bringing your people along. Again, I know there's big, scary things that want to hurt me not too far away. The thing is, they haven't really been damaging any of the people I need. So I'll advance a little bit. But I actually think it's a better idea for me to kind of group up and get everybody in position.
I can cover it.
This actually may trigger them and create more problems for me. Okay.
Fire's getting close here! Time is running out, Commander.
I'm going.
Okay, so seems to me like I need to
Stepping off.
get the full team up.
Sure thing. Affirmative. Covering now. I must reload.
Again, we're not losing civilians, so
I won't let them pass.
I'm
Come get some.
not actually inclined to make it easier for the bad guys at this point. High ground would be best. But it's probably going to take me more than one turn. Alright, well,
Running.
we'll see what that gets me.
We only need the Commander alive. It's open season on the rest. There's an art to what I do.
So there is really no way... Okay, sorry, I'm going to just take a quick second here to tab out. I just want to see... unconscious units are unable to move and act for the rest of the mission. Right. Well, there won't be an evac, so I mean the problem with this is that I've just... You know, my unit's out of position now, so...
On it.
Obviously, I lost a little time there, but... Okay, so... This may
Heading
trigger
out.
the bad guys.
You're good to go. Move.
Alright,
Moving to Overwatch.
I will reposition. My turn on watch.
Go, go, go!
I hope it's worth it.
okay, don't see any baddies, so I'm going to take the opportunity to
Let's do
reload
this.
here.
Do I have to do everything
There we go.
myself?
Alright, this is gonna be... This is definitely gonna be hairy. Amazing how turn-based game can feel stressful and more... Yeah, no, for sure. Yeah, see, we're losing a lot of people here. And it's not going to be easy to take out two of those.
I'm looking for you.
Okay, that
Don't make
I'm
this
not
too easy on me.
too worried about, to be honest. So I'm obviously not going to be able to kill anything from this position, so
I'm all over it.
I'm gonna take the rescue I can get.
I heard you had a little fun at one of the Advent facilities. Don't worry. There's plenty more where that came from.
The Chosen is in position. Time to put it down.
This is definitely a time to start doing ballsier plays.
Not a problem.
Okay, so I need to think about how I'm doing this. One option I have is to double up the grenades. Yeah, okay.
Get ready for a surprise!
I'm a little worried about doing this, but... So obviously I had an opportunity for a flank there. Oh, that did less damage than I thought. What are my options here? Don't like the chance on the Hunter. Let's see what the rest of my team can come up with. So this is definitely worth...
For the Reapers!
Yeah, so the dilemma on this one is how much hurt am I willing to take from the Berserker? Because the thing is, I believe it just one-shots me, so this is as far as I can get from it. Ah, ugly.
Not good.
Okay, so if I go for the Deadeye, that won't take it out, but I can at least get a good shot with the sniper. Oh, I wasn't even thinking of that. Okay, so I can't afford to lose any more civilians here.
We're losing civilians left and right, Commander. We need to get these people out of here.
You look tired.
That's a worry.
We have a soldier down. Get them back on their feet on the double.
I would say the time
Hope says I
for
am to
sneak
obey.
is over. Okay, but that's not a coup de grace. Well, it doesn't matter because we're committed now.
Return to your god. I need more ammo.
Now, I want to be careful about this trank stuff. Okay, so realistically, we can't do anything about this, about the big man right now. Sorry to do this. I believe I should be able to recover the... my understanding is I should be able to recover the unit and then be able to fire. But if I can't do that, then I need to rethink things.
Easy now, soldier.
Who are you guys?
Okay.
Running dry on ammo.
I think there's going to be an area of effect attack that the Chosen does on us.
Solid copy.
Well, the thing is, they may have explained it, and I just didn't get a good yikes. I mean, I'll take the 25. Ooh, no, I'm not. I'm gonna take the reload.
Ready to rock.
I mean, I guess one thing. No, can't do the smoke grenade either.
Affirmative. Moving out.
Better get ready. Things are about to get even more lively around here.
I did not know it could do summons.
You asked for it. I'm watching you.
That's actually a potential killer here. So I gotta think about how I'm gonna get the team out of this.
I'll be swift. Where would you be without me?
So, you're going for the rescue, eh, Commander? I was wondering if you'd risk it, given your past.
Not good options there.
Here I come.
Get up and get back out there.
What am I doing here?
I mean, we don't have a lot of cover options here.
It is clear.
On my way.
Oh, I also don't have the benefit of the, Okay. We'll do our best.
Shot wide.
So that's not the end of the world
Gun
for
dry.
me. Just need to take pieces off the
Target
board.
neutralized.
I wasn't expecting that.
Let's rock.
All right, team. Let's get this done.
This is bad.
They're repositioning on us.
I'll confess, I actually didn't know that they had grenades.
You humans are awfully delicate. How'd you ever last this long? Time for a nap.
It could explode at any time.
Once I get this one back to the stronghold, something tells me they'll be more than happy to share everything they know.
Don't move. You'll be all right.
So, I have some worries here, but
Absolutely. Go. Get out of here.
again, we can't afford to lose any more civilians on this one.
I am at your service.
Don't like the odds, but
I require ammunition.
yeah, fair enough.
We can no longer hide.
I hope it's worth it.
ready.
So I have the coin toss, or I can try and do the Overwatch. I think I'll go for the coin toss.
Looks like this might be it.
Okay.
Who's keeping score?
I mean, that means I get a pot shot on the hunter. Might as well go for it. I think that's the game being nice.
They're moving around the sides.
It's nothing personal.
Okay. I also didn't appreciate that
I meant to do that.
he gets to...
Everything that ever walked or crawled. You think they'll be any different?
Oh, crap. Okay.
Moving as ordered.
I have an idea. So the best way to deal with the burning on
I
Dragonova
hate to
is...
break it to you, Reaper, but if anyone is getting eaten today, it's you.
Why can't I reload? This actually destroys the whole purpose for doing this move. Okay, we'll try and play through it. So originally the plan was to use the cover, or the exposure. So what I'm going to do here, it's not much, but the point here is to try and do multiple hits of damage in one go.
Oh yeah.
That should at least give me the holo... No, doesn't look like there's a hologram
You
there
sure
either.
you're up to this?
Oh wait, was this one
Enemy is still
tranked?
Is this
I
your
don't think so.
first time out?
My weapon's spent.
I mean, not great odds. But at least it took out the cover.
Come on!
Must be one of those magic bullets. A trick up my sleeve.
That's going to be a hard one to deal with. I don't think I have anybody in the area to...
Getting nervous yet?
Yeah, we don't have anybody to do the rescue. That's an even... The other problem is I don't have anybody to... Okay. Yeah, so nobody's... Basically nobody's available. Here's how I'm going to handle this one.
I'm going.
I would not... I'll go so far as to say I actually don't think it would be unfair to reload from the last turn, given that Dragonova couldn't move. Yeah, so the blast doesn't do anything is the problem here. So here's what I'll do. I'll play through it. If Dragonova gets captured, then I'll reload.
Scanning.
Back online.
Let's do this.
Okay, I also forgot to give my people,
This looks like the stuff.
Once the curtain is pulled back, you Reapers aren't all that mysterious after all. These wounds of mine should heal up, and in the meantime, I can consider all the...
Yeah, sorry, I am gonna take this back a couple turns. It may be the fact that Dragonova was burning.
Our flank is exposed. Ready to engage.
Moving as ordered. It's safely in tow. Awaiting instructions.
So I mean, I could try and use the teammate option here. So here's what I think I'm going to do. So is this the one with the holographic targeting? I can never tell. Yeah. So we'll start with a reload. Well, the other people weren't affected by the... they weren't affected by the... Alright, that was a 1 in a million shot.
Most of my targets never get a chance to shoot back.
Okay, so this one we're going to...
Rock and roll!
Reload. Now, I could try firing the weapon, that's a 52% chance, or I can get the guaranteed damage with the combat protocol. And again, the key on this one is we want the bonus damage from multiple attacks. There's no guarantees that we're going to get the 3+ attacks, but this is the best shot that I have. Okay.
What did you expect?
Oh, we took him out. So the faceless will probably show itself now.
I'm beginning to understand why the Elders find you so interesting, Commander. Your little crew does present a challenge somehow.
I'd say we owe our people a break after taking down that Chosen, Commander. I doubt it'll be long before we see that thing again, though.
Come get some.
So yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's not...
Loading fresh ammo.
It's not ideal that I had to reload, obviously, but I'd say given the circumstances, this was an acceptable run. Okay,
It is clear.
so there's a specific order in which I want to do this. I want to get the advantage of the hollow targeting. I think the whole team taking this thing out should be sufficient. In fact, I'd go so far as to say that the sniper can... Okay, 100%. Do you want to do it? You know what? Let's just take the guarantee kill.
Target eliminated.
Menace 1-5, status confirmed.
So yeah,
We're not
I don't know.
picking up
I mean-
any additional contacts. The AO is clear. Status confirmed. Mission accomplished.
The unconscious was definitely not something I was counting on. So we were down one person, like, right off the bat. So I don't know. I feel like... I mean, so... One thing that's bad on me, I could have seen that Dragonova was not able to reload when I moved her there. So, you know, that's one thing. But, I don't know. I mean, like, we're beaten to hell. But on the other hand, given the fact that this character's immune to blasts, I'll take the
Loyal citizen.
I'll take
I come to
the win
you
where I can
with
get
a
it.
heavy heart. Advent outreach forces were ambushed earlier today while spreading their message of unity and hope to the outer settlements. We shall mourn their loss and avenge their sacrifice.
Well, the one drawback here, Algrins, is that I'm going to be down a lot of my good people for the next 2 weeks in game, I think.
This just goes to show that the Chosen are vulnerable and we can take them down. We just have to figure out how to keep them down.
Yeah, so Dragonova and Hurricane, or Outrider and Hurricane, are down for 2 weeks. Alright, so squad sight, you can target enemies within squad mate's sight, provided there's line of sight to the target. I should also note that we technically don't have the points for that, but I haven't used any of the XCOM AP yet. Soul Harvest, kill shots increase crit chance by 5 to a maximum of 20. And fire a shot while in shadow, guaranteed to remain in shadow. Now, we seem to be doing all right with that already. So I think I'm going to settle for squads. You can't refund abilities without special training. Are you sure you want to learn Squad Shot? Learning this ability will require 5 XCOM ability points, which I haven't used them, so I'm okay with that.
Tell them to pose near an Advent burger menu. For science, of course.
It's actually a pretty good photo. Alright, so you've got covering fire. Overwatch shots can now be triggered by any enemy action, not just movement. Or threat assessment. Aid protocol now grants the target a covering fire Overwatch shot, but the aid protocol cooldown is increased by 1 turn. So one thing that's interesting about this is I would say I underutilize aid protocol. So in this case, I think I'm going to go for combat hacker. That is actually a really cool photo. And we've got Volatile Mix. Your grenades deal 2 extra damage. Or Chain Shot. Take a shot with an aim penalty of 15. If you hit the target, you take another shot on the target automatically. That is very tempting, but I'm going to go for Volatile Mix.
Pretty sure I saw that on an album cover decades ago.
Alright, so 6 civilians I think is the lowest I've gotten on one of these. I really do need to use this loot more often. We got a mech wreck, 3 trooper corpses, 8 lost corpses, 2 berserkers. Long after the massive berserker has expired, its chemical pumps continue to forcefully inject powerful stimulants and painkillers into its lifeless body. Another stun lancer, another priest, 2 faceless corpse, 2 muton corpses, and a partridge in a pear tree. Berserker autopsy. This unusual specimen is clearly afflicted by some form of extreme muscular hypertrophy. Although how the species came to exist in this state will require a thorough examination, I suspect the research could lead to varying enhancements for our own troops, perhaps even some means of intensifying their own thirst for combat.
Hello, Commander.
18 whole supplies! Resistance in New India is grateful for your efforts to repel the aliens' retaliatory strike. With XCOM's ongoing protection, the Resistance will continue to flourish. Okay, that was tough, but we got through it. I'm going to save here because I do need to wrap it up. But I'm really glad I did this. I love the Outlast Trials. But every time I play XCOM, I remember why I really like playing XCOM. I'm going to try and get a little bit better at explaining. I feel like I'm still not doing a very good job of explaining my reasoning behind my...
alien...
Sorry.
Spokespeople, now we have these Chosen running around, lecturing us day and night.
Oh, that's good to see here, Algrins, because I was actually worried about the fact that I feel I haven't been doing a good job of explaining my reasoning behind a lot of this stuff. And I'm going to try and do a better job of that. So, lightly and gravely wounded. This is weird. I don't quite know why they're working. But yeah, 2 weeks for 3 of my troops. A week for 1 of them. 2 of them are 5 days. 1 of them will be 3 days. And then as far as tired is concerned, that's anywhere from 2 to 10 days. So this is what I realistically have available right now if something were to happen. So we've got 2 sharpshooters, a specialist. Okay, so I can do like a full squad and then I guess have a bonus rookie. But this isn't exactly where I would like. This isn't exactly where I would like to be. So the timer's going to go running by if I go back to the bridge, but basically, we've got a supply drop in 5 days, so I'm going to head to get that engineer. One of the big reasons for wanting the engineer... Actually, hang on. Wow, wait, this... Interesting. I'm going to need to double check if the infirmary actually lowers your the time it takes to... the other thing that I feel bad about, I was going to build a comms room. So the Scilab is tempting, especially with the rookies. But I clearly need the comms.
Communications facility construction initiated.
I was going to say that was on me for not doing that earlier. Now that I've made those choices. Yeah. They may not be bad decisions. I've wiped out my supplies, but I don't know, maybe they're good decisions. I don't know. But yeah, I want that engineer. It's not even necessarily about getting the stuff done faster. It's really more so I can use them to either boost the comms or the power relay. And then, yeah, I mean, I guess... So the intermediate term is definitely just get the team members back on their feet. What was I looking for? Yeah, okay, so get them on their feet. Supply drop comes in 5 days. We probably will have an event between now and the collection of the full supply drop. The one thing that may turn out for me here, though, is we'll have at least one event... Yeah, this is the tricky one for me. So we'll probably have at least one event that gives me an extra resistance comms. Now that won't be enough to get to the black site, so I'm almost wondering if it's better for me to take South Africa and then build the relay so that I can get the advantage of machine learning. And then in 16 days with resistance comms, I'll be able to go after the black site. Advent isn't exactly going to be sitting on their hands on that. Like there's going to be actions that they take, and likely I'm not going to be able to, like, I'm going to have to deal with more Avatar project progress, but I don't know. That doesn't strike me as an obviously bad strategy. Anyways, sorry. I'm clearly not going to think about this in as sensible of a way at the end of a stream, especially when I have other... I've actually forgotten some of the stuff I was supposed to do today, so... thank you, everybody, for hanging out. I should ask this question at the very end. So we did actually do 2 characters today. So when I take a look at the list, we've got Tiberiosity, Revive Snow, Stellar Jockeys... and Elcanoe for people to make avatars for, or characters in game for. I might do Revived Snow next, because they're at the top of the list. Elcanoe is actually quite easy to make, though, so I'm tempted in both cases. But yeah, for those of you that would like a character, just mention it in chat. If you want to say what you want right now, I can write that down. Otherwise, I can, just run with it. The deal with it is that people get their request, but anything they leave open is completely open to my interpretation. Did I forget to add... No, Narkexy, you're in, aren't you? Yes, this is what all of you get to look forward to. In fairness, Woban, Narkexy did ask for an aggressively Australian character, so a proper handle. I don't normally change after the fact, but I can. I'm slightly tempted on this one, honestly, but you're... Hey, where'd you go? This is what you were looking for? Sorry, no, I just want to double check that this is the one you were thinking of. Oh, the horseshoe, okay. Ellen Ripley. I believe all of the Australians actually have... Do I have... I thought I had at least one more Australian, but currently all the Australians wear the short shorts. Yeah. Anyways, Woban gets another hand up for an Australian. Is that your character request, like your style request as well, or did you have something that you specifically wanted to see? Also, because I've got a couple of people ahead, I can happily wait until you're in chat to... Okay. Well, it's just like, if you're going to be in chat the next time I make a character, then that... sorry, I need to host someone because I realize people will be wrapping up. In case you haven't noticed, we'll be done. We'll be finished for today. But let's see who... You know, K Money is doing... Well, I don't know. Does anybody have a preference? K Money is doing an Extra Life stream, but I think they've actually been doing it close to 24 hours, so they may be wrapping up soon. Or we've got our old friend Kilgore. I think I'm going to do Kilgore just because it's not... I do actually encourage you to check out K Money, but I do believe this has actually been a full-on, like, non-stop stream. So I'll raid Kilgore, and while the counter goes down, we'll just chat. Yeah, I mean, I've done 24 hours before, but yeah, I definitely didn't want to put any pressure on him. But yeah, so actually, just to give you an example, Woban, in terms of what I would normally do with a... So when you say take your turn, the only reason I mention this is that if you're in chat at the start when I'm building the characters, you can have a little bit more of a heavy hand on it. But one of the things I always like to point out is that a good example here, when you say that you want aggressively Mad Max, one of the options that I reserve for a... for one of those kinds of requests, aggressively Mad Max can also mean that I make you Furiosa. So where I can, like, I do enjoy the monkey's paw kind of, you know, prompts, but I don't, that's 100% A-okay. But yeah, no, that's the way that I handle it. It's a way I can have a bit of fun with it, because I don't think anybody voluntarily picks the short short. There was one instance when someone said, like, make me look like a slut, and I'm like, I actually don't know how to do that. I'm too tame. So on that note, enjoy Kilgore. Talk to you later.